Hello, hi guys, this is Arif from TechShare. Today I'm going to show you guys a very easy thing that I find really interesting, which is basically single sign-on in OrdeCloud. Um, Many people requested before that how could they log in to OrdeCloud using their external user or single sign-on kind of thing. And there was no answer before because you could only use the internal user, the user that you've created within the system. Now you can use this thingy, like you can use the OpenID Connect integration sort of events and other thing, and through that you can basically implement or integrate your external IDP to our cloud, and your external user now will be able to log into our cloud. Very exciting. And the steps involved with this is very easy. What I did is I created a very small identity server. You can go identity server for website and you will see a lot of different samples. You grab one. I use this one. You can see here the very basic one. I hardly did any configuration change here, so I just used the client ID that I liked, like or a cloud ID. I created a random GUID of client secret, and then I'm going to use that code, grant types code flow, and then redirect URI is something you need to use. This is mandatory because this is what or how Order Clouds integrate you with your identity server. And then that's all. This service is already running in my Azure instance, and then you will be able to see that on here. So this is well-known configuration and very important because this is where your external, or you can say the other application, will know about your identity server and different endpoints. So we are going to use these endpoints to connect to your external user to Order Cloud. So that what we are going to do now. There are a couple of steps. In summary, what you need to do is you need to create your integration event first. Integration events is nothing but some data to tell OrdeCloud that where should it go um, after successfully logging in to your identity server. So which is basically I tell here that, hey, when your login is done, then come here. So that's what we are doing here. But the other thing that you will see, the redirect URI is not the same one. So this one we are telling that come here, but this one tells the different thing. It says that redirect URI, it is OCRP code in points. That is true because this is the integration events, which basically means is when your login successfully done and your IDP returns to this URL, then OrderCloud takes the control. So it gets the ID and token from your external provider or identity server, and then it does a lot of different things, and basically it executes the event which is registering here, and that event basically fired this endpoint with the data that you need. Very simple step basically. So now what it is doing is it will basically give you the access token, and then you use the access token and ID token as well, and through the ID token you basically get to know all the details like what is the user email address and different claims that you are setting. Based on that you will get all this data, and you need to create the user internally to the Order Cloud. So Order Cloud needs to know, or you have to create that user in the Order Cloud, but that will be happened in the background. User will not know. What user will know is that external user is logged into your system with some scopes that you set, or the role that you set, like shopper role or whatever the role that you like. So yeah, there is a small application for that. So you need a storefront, obviously, where you will have the button. Through that, the user will be logged in, right? But here there is a small application provided by Sitecore. You will find this one in the Order Cloud. That same page. I am going to share the link in the description. And it basically does is the same thing. It exposes. So it is running an application with this endpoint, and we are using the N0 tunnel so that we have a public accessible IP, so that when Order Cloud calls that endpoint or fire that integration events, it actually access your endpoint. So that's why we are using N0 tunnel, and basically this endpoint tunnel through this endpoint basically. And now that's all. So this is the integration event. The next thing is connect. So you need to use this to endpoint. So you hit that, it will be executed and it will be saved into the Order Cloud. So this data is integration events where it will redirect, and connect is basically store all the information regarding your ID server. So like your client ID, client secret that you have set in your identity server, and then also the authorization endpoint, token endpoint, a lot of different things. Integration events as well. So this is also important. So you are referring this integration event, this one, so that once this is done, then it can call to your integration events and pass the data to that event, right? And then app start URL is basically where. So this is basically my small storefront is running or sample application running. So yeah, that's all. So now if I now go and so ideally just assume that you are clicking the log in through your external user button in your storefront. That's what we are going to do. So let me, so you click that button, then internally it creates that URL with all the thingy like your redirect URI, your client ID, scope, secret. If everything match, then your identity server basically gives you this is this box where you can actually log in. External user can log in. So I have a test user here. This is external user, by the way. There is no, this user doesn't exist in the OrdeCloud. So if successfully logged in, then it returns back to your through the integration events, by the way, and then you get this token here, and that's all. So now you are basically so you will get two token here. One is your access token, and another one is your ID token, and very important because ID token is also important to get all the details about the user so that you can create the user with proper information. So now I'm going to test this token. So I'm going to hit this OrdeCloud endpoint with this token and see if it actually works. If that work, then we're ready to go. See, this is working fine. And if I add any data, like if I make it dirty, obviously it will not work. So that basically tells this, yes, this is working. I'm going to share the details in the description, like this repository where you will find the identity server implementation, and also all the articles that our cloud website has, like the knowledge base articles to implement. If you go through, you might not understand clearly, but I really hope that after this video you will get it clear. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me through the channel, like my in the comment section of the video. And yeah, that's all. And I'm gonna make other video very soon, but till then, have a good night, good day, bye bye. Chat you soon.